You're live. No, I'm just here.
Hello there. Welcome to Tyke Farming in the Philippines. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Ding-a-ling ding dong the bell, as the saying goes. So we're back on the live stream. It's Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock as you're aware, local time. We've had a very successful day today. We butchered a pig. It's all gone. It was all gone by lunchtime. Um,
Don't talk yet because you don't have
because I don't have what?
you don't have viewer yet.
All right,
Only two.
two.
Yeah.
Oh, two likes. Yeah. So what are you saying?
That's me.
What you saying? Shut up. All right.
No, because
You,
no one watched yet. Then they did not hear what you say.
well, what you're talking
Hmm?
about? Well,
You have not.
you've got to say something. I mean, there's two people there, five people now, but two of them are us. Yeah. Yeah. So quite a successful day today. We sold all the pig meat by lunchtime, and by 1 o'clock, 1:30, we'd sold what remained of the pig meat in the freezer. So we've no pig meat now,
No.
which is a good problem to have, I suppose.
You have comments na there.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Ants. Yeah, it's a good problem to have. And the pig killed out at how many kilos was it?
86.
86 kilos, dead weight. And it was a beautiful pig.
Last week it was 80.
Yeah.
The previous one it was 92.
Yeah, that was a male one. Yeah, beautiful pig. Very little fat on it. Just the right amount of fat on the back. Maybe 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, couldn't be happier with them pigs the way they've grown and the way they've butchered. If we can maintain that, we'll do very well with them pigs, I think. We've got 7 more pigs coming in the second week in April, as I've mentioned on the videos. From the same person, we got these big pigs off. Now, 3 females left of them big pigs. I'm definitely going to keep all 3 of them. This afternoon we weighed the smaller pigs,
5 pieces.
5 pieces, the biggest of the 2 pens. There's not a lot in it. And the heaviest pig was 55. There was one at 54, one at 53, I think.
So it's 49 and 48.
Yeah, the lightest one was 48. So there's only a couple of kilos difference in them. So next Sunday, the largest pig might be 60 kilos. I don't think I'll butcher it next Sunday. I think we'll miss a week. Get him to 75 kilos, or miss 2 weeks. So the butcher out about 60 kilos. But when you look at the figures and add up the money, it is worthwhile butchering at the weight they are now. I just don't feel happy butchering pigs so light. Now, if we sold them, anybody wants a lechon pig, that's different because you're getting 250 pesos a kilo for a roasting pig now, and that's live weight. So that's good money for a live weight pig. But it's not the end of the world if we run out of meat.
It's just the what you call that one? It's getting a routine there in the shop every Sunday that we're
Yeah.
having sale.
but we can resurrect that routine after a couple of weeks, 3 weeks when the pigs are a better size. But there's one thing good about running out of meat. I mean, we've just restarted again, so I mean, it's not the end of the bloody world. Never expected to be slaughtering one pig a week consistently. It gives you the incentive to get organised for breeding these pigs. But they're still very young for breeding. They're about 140 kilos live weight, and we did work out how old they were today, didn't we?
130 days.
Which is
No, 140 days.
how many months is that? It's 3 months.
Five, almost five.
Almost 5 months.
Since birth.
And the breeding age, I believe, is about 7 months. So with 2 months to go. But I think it'll be less than that. I think they'll start cycling anytime, really. So maybe we'll get to breed them on the second or third cycle. We have a fella lined up just up the mountain with a bow, rather than try it with artificial insemination. More chance of success with a bow. Bert McLaughlin from Sydney. Hi, Bert. Is it Bert or Bart? Bert.
Sydney. You just came home from, what you call it then? Melbourne.
Yeah, I was in Melbourne. Short flight away. Did you manage to bring any eggs over from Oz, ants? No, I didn't. I contacted about either 6 or 8 breeders. I only got a reply from 2 of them saying there's no eggs available. And the reason why there's no eggs available, Australia at the minute's like America. There's no eggs on the supermarket shelves. I was in Woolworths and I had a look at the eggs, and out of what they normally have is 3 tiers full of eggs of various eggs, free range, etc., etc. And there was about a dozen packs of eggs left, broken ones and open packaging, and they needed tidying up and making full packs again. So there's a definite shortage in Australia, same as America, and that's why there's no eggs available. Ants has got piglets due this week. Good luck with them, Ants. Hope everything goes well for you, and there's no reason why it shouldn't. I've never farrowed pigs before, but if you just leave them to their own devices, they're going to get piglets. But of course, if you can help them along a little bit and make sure the sow's penned so it's not rolling on the pigs in a crate, or as they do here locally, they'll tie it up to the post in the corner of the pen. Either way works. You don't want to losing pigs at what are worth 5,000 pesos each because you failed to do the basic things. Now, if you lose pigs after doing everything you can, then you accept that, and it's not a problem. It's how it is. Oh yeah, your wife's looking after them. Yeah, they'll be okay. Yeah, the same as when I was away in Australia. Roger was camping down the piggery because Jean was a bit nervous being here with no man about. Her mother was here and her nieces were here from time to time. So Roger just slept down the piggery for about 4 nights, was it? 4 nights out the 7 hours away.
Alternate.
Alternate
Go
nights.
home and then go back.
Yeah. It's I've seen YouTube videos in piggeries, and the work fellas have the hammocks that string up, and they're there 7 days a week, all day, all night. But most Filipinos have had pigs, or the neighbours have had pigs in the backyard, and they just know how to look after the pigs. Not the way we think maybe is right way to look after them. I mean, I'm doing things differently here to what they would do locally. But that doesn't mean to say what they do locally is wrong, because it's not. They have success for sure. I think at the minute I'm having a bit more success than the locals because of the fermented feed. These pigs have been phenomenal in growth, and it can only be the feed, I think. It's completely foreign to Win and Ramo, but they've come down. They can see what the feed is doing for the pigs. Yeah. Um, you're in the UK, whereabouts, Ants? Um, a brother lives on the farm, 6 dogs. She's safe, yeah. I find they do worry the women here. Um, the imagination gets the better of them, I think, at times. In Mindanao, they have bird monsters. We have them up here. Yeah, bird monsters. I'm looking forward to farrowing pigs. It's going to be time consuming. I'll put a camera down there so I can watch them from up here. But I've no doubt when they're due, the work fellows will be there as well. So I don't expect any problems farrowing pigs. But like everything, yeah, like everything, it's a learning curve, you know. I was down the piggery this afternoon with, well, lunchtime with these fellas before they finished. They finished early today, 12 o'clock, because they started so early. And I'm spending a bit of time talking to Win, um, and fine tuning things, like the waste from the shower down by the toilet there. It just goes to ground in the chicken run, and it's getting swampy. I said, well, we need to change that. So I checked the cesspit, and there's 3 big tanks in the cesspit. There's only water in the first one, so there's plenty of capacity there. So I'm going to get some pipe and stick that waste into the cesspit, and then we need some drainage along that fence. There is drainage in the panels, but they're not working, so I'll get some holes dug there and filled up with gravel, so the wetness drains away from that wall. And then the channels along the piggery, they've got cracks in them. So I was talking to Win about that. The best way to fix that, I was thinking silicon and maybe some paint. And he said, no, cement them again. So we're moving pigs around today, and we'll move some more around in the morning with a view to getting that done, because them channels are leaking through the wall at the bottom into the chicken run. And it can't be good to have foul water like that around stock, whether it be pigs or chickens. So it's these little things all add up, because I'm very aware we can't afford disease in that shed anymore. If we can't keep it disease free, then we can't farrow pigs, because the sows are going to be, I don't know, 2.5 years, pushing 3 years old before the useful life has come to an end. So you've got to have a stable environment where you can confidently raise sows and farrow them sows up to 3 years. If you have disease coming in the shed every 12 months or every 2 years, then that makes it impossible. You've had disease down there.
Before they have.
Yeah, well, there's been that ASF on this mountain again. But whether it's ASF or, you get a disease and it's always ASF now. Now, my thinking's on swine flu. If you get it in the shed, it'll wipe out everything very, very quickly. Now, last August, when we had disease in the shed, it took. I had sick pigs for weeks. They weren't wiped out in one go. So whatever it was I had in the shed wasn't swine flu, in my opinion. But my knowledge is limited about pigs. I've grown pigs out in the past in Australia, but had the full backing of a large company. Vet constantly on call if I wanted him, and pig managers coming around every periodically and making sure everything was all right. So the only if I had a sick pig, all I did was separate it and see how it, kept an eye on it for a couple of days, and if it wasn't recovering or it got worse, then I'd pump antibiotics into it, and that was the Hail Mary shot. Either it got better or it went right down. If it didn't get better, I towed it behind a little three-wheeler motorbike and put it in a dead hole at the bottom of the paddock. But I didn't lose many pigs at all. I had 600 when they came in, and I'd lose maybe on average 4 pigs during the growing period. They went out at they liked them at between 70 and 80 kilos for pork. But sometimes we were late picking them up. There's a lot of pigs on other farms, and they'd rapidly jump from 70, 80 kilos to 100 kilos plus in no time at all. Yeah, so disease is the biggest concern for me in that shed. We've been in there again lunchtime for a couple of hours cleaning out and reliming pens. That lime seems to, well, I don't know. I think the lime's working well, and I think the fermented feed's working well, raising the pH in the pig's gut, which it makes it harder for bad bugs to take hold and multiply. That's the theory. I mean, I can't prove that it's working, but I think it is. Yeah. So that's the pig sides of things today. I'm looking at the chickens again, and the egg production has definitely dropped off 246 with 9 eggs again today. So I've changed the feed, and hopefully that'll liven things up a bit. And I've been weighing eggs today. That's the size at the minute. I weighed them. I forget. I think it was 43 grams, that one. Now I've checked on Google. The recommended size for hatching eggs is 53 grams, but a minimum of 50 grams. So I've got the incubator here, and I'm keen to get some in there to hatch. But I'll wait till they get a bit bigger, which won't be long now. I've got some good looking birds in that run. The cockerels for the Rhode Island Reds. There's some about 5 really good looking birds, and I've got 2 good looking Plymouth Rocks cockerels. So I might think about separating them out and putting them out for sale, not as meat birds, but with a price on for a breeding bird. But I haven't got any spare hens to go. I like to buy a breeding pair here, a hen and a cockerel. But we might be able to sell the cockerels. I'm a bit reluctant because they look so good, a bit reluctant to process them for meat, but that's what will happen if we can't sell them as a cockerel. Yeah, that's a lot of pigs, Ants. South of England, Lincolnshire is a big pork producing area. There's a lot of corn and that, wheat and barley grown in that area, and then you've got a lot of vegetable factories processing vegetables and that, so there's a lot of waste product coming out of them, I would think. So that's why Lincolnshire's a big pork area.
Where farmer feel? No.
No, is Ireland. 1,200 piglets a week, yeah. There's some. I've watched videos in Holland and different places. Because the Dutch are big farmers. And it's all computerized with liquid feed. And they can pump every pen a different blend of feed, or depending on age and that. And there's thousands of bloody pens in the shed, and the computer does it all. And of course, them farmers are growing their own feed as much as possible. Yeah, there's some big setups with pork. Well, it's the fastest growing meat and biggest reproduction meat of all the animals that are farmed. No, Brian, I didn't get eggs because you'll be aware of it being in Melbourne. I messaged, I don't know if it was 6 or 8 small producers advertising eggs for sale, fertile eggs, and I only got 2 replies, and they both said there'd no eggs available. And I was in Woolworths supermarket, and I had a look at the eggs, and there's 3 shelves of eggs, quite a long shelf, and there's no eggs. There's about 20 broken packets and broken eggs. They'd all gone. And the daughter-in-law was telling me there was no eggs before I even went to Melbourne. So it's the same as America. There's a big shortage of eggs, obviously, in Australia. So there's none available. So I came back empty-handed, I'm afraid. I've just been saying, I've got an incubator, I'm keen to hatch some eggs, but I Googled it this afternoon. That egg weighed about 43 grams, and the recommended size for hatching eggs is 53 grams. A minimum size would be 50 grams. So we're still a few weeks away, a couple of weeks or whatever, before we get a sizable egg to hatch. But we'll have to go with what we've got. Ants again. Oh, it's fishing near Lincoln on the Trent. I've been up and down the Trent 1,000 times on boats. Yeah, it's only I was up the Trent maybe 3.5 years ago. That's right, in a sailboat, and no water in the bloody Trent now. They're not dredging it. I went aground 3 times. I got off twice. The first time I struggled to get off. Had to wait half an hour for the tide to rise a bit more. I remember the time when there were hundreds of barges going up the Trent and the Ouse. Coal barges in the main, I suppose. A lot of coal barges. But going up to the feed mills up the Ouse with copper and all sorts, grains, all sorts, and up to as far as York with the chocolate factories. Um, taking cocoa beans and that, all in barges. Ah, 12 percussive limit on eggs in Melbourne at the minute. Yeah, that's why I didn't get any fertile eggs. The buggers are eating them all. Good day, Anthony. Tony and Elvira from Australia. Yeah, good to see you here, Tony. Yeah, well, this week I don't know. What day did I get back?
Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. So I didn't work up till Friday morning, to be honest. I need really to put a bit more thought into the videos I make every day. Same as today, I made the video butchering the pig and different things on a lunchtime video, I think I did. And then after around lunchtime, I went down and weighed the pigs, and that would have been a good little video because I weighed them pigs in about 3 minutes flat. They all did as I told and went through. But it's not on my mind making videos most of the time. I'm in the habit of morning, lunchtime, and tea time. But I should think about it a bit more and see if I can make them a bit more interesting, especially with the house build, because it's repetition a lot of days on the trot. But there's a lot goes on here, which if I thought about what I was doing, I could make more interesting videos. But there again, for me, the videos aren't top of the list, chasing AdSense. For the amount I get, it's really not, monetary wise, it's not really worthwhile. There's a lot of pleasure in doing videos, which I've never anticipated. It's a habit for definite. But yeah, it's good. And same as here, it's good to talk to people. Because there's not many Western people I bump into. One or two in the now every now and again. But there again, I'm not really sociable in that way. I'm not into small talk and talking about something and nothing. I've only something to say when we're talking about subjects what interest me, like farming at the minute, pigs and Philippines and politics. Not Filipino politics, so stay away from that. All them are my interests. Cricket, rugby union in the main, but rugby league. When it comes to state of origin, definitely rugby league. But football, never been my thing. And I bump into the fellas in England and they just can't stop talking football, non-stop. And after a couple of minutes, I make excuses and get out the bloody way.
I'll turn on the light, David.
Yeah, if you want. Yeah, that's the main reason, Brian. I started doing YouTube to let family and friends see what I was doing. I've never been on social media really, so I didn't know if it was going to work or not. I look back at the first videos I made, and it's embarrassing really, but that's never bothered me. It's strange because I've never been a public speaker. Yeah, but once it started, it's quite easy, you know. But family and friends was the main reason. Because when I made the first video, it came up on the screen, private or public, and the intention was to press private. And then they thought, oh, what the hell, we'll press public, you know. So that's how we got going.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, but we cleaned out a pork, so we've got to decide this week whether we're going to butcher a small pig or not. I'm a bit reluctant. I won't be butchering another big one. I think if we leave it 2 weeks, it'll be a better job. For future, we've got 10 pigs there, and there's another 7 coming second week in April. So they should keep us going until we get our own pigs. We'll maybe be able to make them pigs in 6 weeks' time. And then 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days gestation period in the pig. Something like that, I can't remember. So we should have enough pigs to take us through to the first piglets. If we need to buy some more piglets in, we will do if we can find them. But at the minute, the 5,000 are piglets, and there's very few about.
That's 7 coming, so that's
Yes.
35.
Yeah.
They have 9, and they just wanted to sell
Yeah.
7.
They've got 9 piglets in this litter. They're selling 7. Now, the first time we bought off them, how many piglets did they have?
They have 12, but they just
12.
sell 9.
And they sold 9, so it's the same basis this time. But when we went to pick them 9 pigs up out of the 12, we had the pick. We picked what we want and they kept what was left. So it'll be the same this time. So I never met the fellow whose pigs they were. I just met the fellow who was looking after
You
them.
did? The woman?
Oh, it was a woman.
Yeah.
Oh, right. And then the fellow down the bottom was looking after the pigs for her. Right. But they were bloody good pigs, so.
Yeah, because they release the pigs 40 days.
Yeah.
And when we get them, it's ready for grilled because they grow big already.
But the second fellow up there we bought pigs off.
Yeah.
He was saying they were 40 days old to take them. And then we got a message to pick them up. And we worked out they were 30 days, not 40. He just wanted the money as quickly as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
So I won't buy
because
it.
They, what you call that one? The look of it, it's really different from the first batch we get.
Well, the first fellow who bought pigs off up there, or that woman, they had solid feed in front of them from week 1. And there was plenty of feed in front of them piglets in a creep feed that's separate to the mother's feed.
So no need for us to go visit on them pigs. I told the woman to take photos for you to see.
Yeah, there's no need to visit, but if you want to go and see them, they can do.
Mm.
But photographs should be enough, I would think.
The rice was down to 2,100.
Yeah, we're going to the now tomorrow. We need rice, but I do cash out. I was saying on the video, I do cash out to pay for these tin sheets to deposit, but we've got to get that money down to the company in Mandawi, and we don't want to go down there on the jeepney just to pay money into the office. And we realised today we could have done it on Saturday. We could have paid in at the pawn shop, which going into banks here is half your day's gone. We could have gone in the pawn shop in the now, paid the cash into them, and they'd have paid it into Jean's bank account, BDO bank account. And then we can transfer it from them there into the company bank account. Well, that's what we'll do tomorrow and pick up some rice and whatever have you at the same time. Um, and then we can get back onto the roof and get that roof finished. I think it'll be a week's work there. Most of the work is putting on the flashings and guttering. Because the guttering here, there's no end pieces or no um, pieces to go into the guttering for the downspouts. They're just fabricated themselves. So most of the work there, the sheets, they're gone very quickly. And I've got a couple of whirlybird fans to, but they're a large one, the industrial one. They're about 18 inches across diameter. So maybe one of them will be enough for the house. So we can draw air up the cavity walls and get it out the roof. Keep the house cool. So I don't know what time it is in Melbourne, Brian.
7:30.
7:30 morning, evening.
Night time.
Oh, night time. That's a good time for Australia. I think it's a good time for America as well. But I have no idea what time it is in America. What have you got that?
Honolulu, that's Hawaii.
Yeah,
It's 10:30 p.m.
mainland America.
Los Angeles.
Yeah, that'll do.
1:30 in the morning.
Oh, right. Not a good time for America, man. I think there's 3 time zones in America. So Los Angeles is on the East Coast.
In Washington now, it's 4:37 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah, that's no good either.
Yeah.
Oh, we got that wrong, didn't we?
Yeah, that much better we do it early morning then it's done.
Yeah, not to worry. 7:30 Sunday night. Yeah. So when you're heading back to Binder now, Brian?
Brian.
Yeah.
It's not. It's Ants who is in Mindanao, not Brian.
Oh, right, Sans. Yeah. Oh, same difference, Sans, when you're heading back to Mindanao.
In UK now, it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
What?
UK.
UK.
Mm.
Oh,
8:30 in the morning.
yeah. Well, we'll mix it up a bit. Next time we'll go out at lunchtime. Yeah, I haven't been watching much YouTube this week.
How many bags of rice I would say?
I don't know. You're down. We've got one bag of rice left and one bag of grits, so we'll have to buy 4 rice and 3 grits. So I think it's endless. It's keeping this sorry stock now, which is a good problem to have, but it takes a lot of time keeping it going, especially for Jean. 7 days a week. I mean, she's not done much in the shop today,
It's headache week.
she says.
Yeah.
Anissa's been here all day,
Yeah, but
but she forgot that she was stood outside the front of the shop for 5 hours selling pork this morning.
one whole pork, 86 kilos sold.
Yeah. But it's been warm today, and it was cold in Melbourne at the evening time. It was nice during the day, not as cold as last year when I was there, and I was wearing a hoodie. And one night I had a blanket around my legs. And I come back from Melbourne and it was bloody cold here. I was feeling cold. I've been wearing a hoodie here. First time ever. Maybe I've readjusted again and it's been warm today. But very pleasant in the evening time. Bit of rain about now. So it's, well, we turned the fan on. It's a bit.
It's
Turn the fan
raining.
off. It's a little bit warm. It'll be a nice cool evening. Yeah. Yeah, family's a big thing here, Brian. It is in all countries, I suppose. Or, you know, some families are closer than others. Um, but poor families tend to hang together um, more strongly. And that's true of my family. You know, we were very poor. When I look back, and it's a lot of years, we were the bottom of the ladder, really. Um, but very strong family ties. And I think that's true of all people who are at the poorer end of society. But I wasn't poor. I didn't think we were poor at the time. I had a brilliant bloody childhood. But when you look back, you know you were poor when you were getting your shoes from the supermarket. Jumble sales, when you were getting new shoes every fortnight from the jumble sale, and you sat at home with a pair of scissors cutting up cardboard to put in the bottom to plug the holes up. Or during the summer, we went to school in Wellingtons, and then during the winter, we went to school in pumps, or sand shoes, you'd call them now. Because the Wellingtons were all at the jumble sale in the summer because nobody was wearing them. And the sand shoes were all at the jumble sale in the winter when no one was wearing them. So that's what we got to wear.
Should I say 4 bags, David?
Yeah, 4 bags of rice.
You think you can afford it?
Yeah, you'll have good takings today. But that's the thing now with the shop. It has to stand alone. And the pigs are going that way where they have to stand alone. They have to pay for themselves and increase under their own steam, under their own monetary, under their own profits. Because any money I have now will go into the house, and that won't last forever either. We'll get the roof on, and then I might have to pause building the house and go on to other jobs on the site, which you can do more or less just with wages and very little money for materials. Whereas the house, there's a lot of concrete to be poured, but that's not too bad. But then we'll be on to windows and doors, and that's another big bill. So we'll have to save up for that, and the pigs will have to generate some income, and the shop will to help pay for them windows. But going back probably 18 months now, that's a decision I made. We were in this cabin, and we had the veranda on, so we were comfortable enough. And I decided to build the piggery, and then that would generate the money to build the house. Now, I could have built a piggery for next to nothing, Filipino style, timber roof and iron sheeting, but I didn't want that. I wanted a shed I could be proud of. I had enough with old sheds in Kerrang with bloody pigs, and I spent all day, every day, repairing things and falling over things and concrete cracking and breaking. I had lats at the back to take the waste away. I was forever making lats, or slats, as some would call them. It was endless making slats. So I wanted a piggery that worked, and I put a lot of money into it. Not a lot of money in Western terms, but in Filipino terms, a lot of money. A fair bit of money in Western terms as well.
Mana?
But I think we can make it pay off now. But we have to keep working at it. The stock has to come first. And what tends to happen is the building takes over and you neglect the stock a little bit. Well, we can't allow that to happen again. So I need to sort, for example, out the waste from the shower. Put it into the cesspit. I don't know if I said before. I've said it on the video today. I'll do the final video after this live stream. And I need 6 lengths of a 2-inch downspout to extend that the shower waste into the cesspit. There's 3 big tanks in the cesspit. There's only water in the first tank, so there's loads of capacity in there. I'll take the water away because it lays on the ground and it turns into sewage, even though it's just shower water. And it can't be good for chickens or pigs or anything. So I'll sort that out this week. I'll order the pipe tomorrow with some cement, more cement, and we'll get that done this week. Yeah, we're hanging good, William. Good to see you here. What was I going to say? I've missed a couple of your videos while I've been away. Can't think your last one was about.
It's making a, what you call that one? He roll as a sausage, something like that. We did look at it last.
Oh, he's making pizzas.
No,
Oh,
it's not
yeah,
pizza.
making sausage rolls as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. The aye. Aye.
He's making a, what you call that one? The small thin slice bacon.
Oh, yeah, cutting up bacon. Yeah. I've seen it. It looked nice, that bacon as well, William. It looked really nice. That's something I'll be doing when I get the fridge sorted out, just for myself. But if it sells in the shop, I'll sell it. And I'll do some gammon for myself as well, for sure. Yeah, it really did look good, that bacon. And Bob will know, Bongo Bob. I occasionally get a comment from Bob here. 1,000 pesos a kilo. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's too expensive in here.
Well, it is for a lot of people, but there's people with money in the Philippines. How much is the bacon in Virginia hams?
That, I don't know. I forgot. No,
Yeah, I
four
can't.
hundred. That's 400 grams, around 230, I think.
Yeah, so 500 pesos a kilo. But it's okay. Let's leave it like that. It's okay.
See,
You
two
can eat
hundred
it.
peso, 200 gram.
Yeah. But it's not bacon as we know it. Yeah, my mouth was watering looking at that bacon. And it hadn't even been in the frying pan. Yeah. But you see here, a rasher of bacon, uh, it might be 1,000 pesos a kilo, but a rasher of bacon says 200 pesos. But that'll flavour soup like nothing else. So yeah, I can see it selling slowly at first, but in small amounts. I can see it selling. But even if you cured a ham and cut it up, I forget what they call them, into little squares, 8 inch square. I can see that selling like it does in the West, because it's all a partner for rice. It flavours the rice, they'll sell it, you know. Yeah, pork mince we haven't got into yet. I will be buying a mincer eventually. Um, Pork patties we haven't tried. I can see them selling well. Um, Instead of 300 pesos a kilo, 350, 400 pesos a kilo. I can see them selling. But really, I need the mincer when we've got heavy pigs, sows, and that we're culling. Now, that's the ideal way to get rid of that sow meat and boar meat if we get a boar at some stage. We've got 7 pens, so we could have 6 sows and one boar, which would be feasible, I think. But as soon as you start breeding pigs, then you've got to be thinking about what you're going to do with the heavy pigs at the end of the useful life. You can't keep them forever, and pork meat and making sausages and mince and patties, I'll shift a lot of meat. I mean, we sell quite a lot of frozen meat, don't we, in here? And it's nothing to what it can be,
Yeah.
you know, if you did
It
it yourself.
was meat was all sold, so when cut the rump, what's left.
Yeah,
And after he cut that one, a man from the barangay hall bought 2 kilos out of it.
yeah,
Then next to that one, someone came in, buy 4 kilos out of it.
yeah.
So that's six already. Then another man buy 2 kilos.
We sold the pig by 11 o'clock, 11:30, what we butchered today.
8?
Eh?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. With a full rump left from last week in the freezer. So we defrosted that and chopped it up, and that went. And then with various small packets in the freezer, which was from last week and the week before, which is a stock of pork, and all that's gone. We've absolutely no pork left today. Been very busy. Yeah, when I was a young fella, apprentice butcher, all the bacon was dry cured. Salt, saltpeter. I can't remember any brown sugar being put in it, but I may be wrong. Maybe the saltpeter had the same effect. Saltpeter you make gunpowder out of. Probably not used anymore, but that was the curing method in the day. Or the taste, well, you can't get away from it, can you? I brought, my bag went missing when I returned from Australia. I got it yesterday evening, eventually, and in the bags I had 4 loaves of bread, just a supermarket bread. I've tried making bread myself here, which wasn't too bad, and I bought all sorts of different brands of bread here, American and Filipino, and it's all sweet. I just can't eat it. So when my bag came back last night, I made a sausage sandwich. I couldn't get it down fast enough. Hungarian, what do you call that sausage?
Hungarian sausage.
No,
Which one?
salami. Hungarian salami.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I had toast and salami for breakfast. Then lunch I had some more toast, just toast and butter.
Then tomorrow I will get sick of it.
Yeah. And tonight I'm going to have, I'll just have egg and chips with sandwich chip butters. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've been roasting the pork here for a good while, but I haven't sold it. When we get the house done, then this half of the veranda where we're sitting, the shop will be extended down the side, and the first 2 bays of the veranda will be meat sales, another display fridge so they can display the meat, and then this end, well, that end, we'll probably do chicken and pork, cooked chicken and pork. Maybe not every day, maybe just on a weekend, depending on the demand is. Because here, you can get people to work for you very cheaply. So that's another way of shifting the product you're producing. But yeah, I love roast pork. I love roast chicken, come to that. I love roast beef. I'll have Yorkshire pudding with everything. Oh, that's something else I brought back this time from Australia, some gravy mix. So if we put a bit of pork in the air fryer, I can take the juices out the bottom, put a bit of gravy browning in, and make some proper gravy. Yeah. Gravy and chips. You don't need pork. Just because I've not had these things for so long now. Yeah, that's it. The only thing I don't like about the Aussie farming in the Philippines channel is when he's showing his breakfast or his lunch or his dinner. Yeah. Yeah, there's very few Westerners where I'm at, William. You get 1 or 2 in now, in Cebu City, and there's loads of them, obviously. I rarely go into the city apart from immigration or down the market there. I used to go down to buy tobacco from down there, which was the cheapest place to buy it. But now we've got somebody up the mountain here who live in Mindanao, and they've still got a house on the mountain. They come across quite regular, and they bring the tobacco to us a lot cheaper than we can buy in the city, and it pays for their fares across, I suppose. We're happy, they're happy, and we've got heaps of tobacco now. We're the cheapest on the mountain, bigger leaves, and we're making a lot more money than what they are. We tend to work on 30% markup here, but what markup are you getting for tobacco now?
100%.
100%
Or more.
or more. Mm. Yeah, it is simple. If you can't get a certain item what you're used to eating, it doesn't bother you for a few weeks, and then you forget about it. It's only when you rediscover it you think, "Oh Christ, I've missed that." Yeah.
What's 13A visa?
I don't know. I think I do know what he's talking about. I'll be applying for a spouse's visa the next time I go down immigration. Um, when I came back into Philippines this time, the immigration officers did ask me what I was planning to do, and I said,
It's a marriage visa.
"Yeah." I said, "Same as last year. I'll be applying for an extension," and he was not grumpy, but he wasn't very friendly. Um, and I said, "Then I'll be applying for a spouse's visa." Um, and he says, "You married to a Filipino?" I said, "Yeah." And then his attitude completely changed. Stamp your passport, and in I went. But they are tightening up here. They're applying the law as it was intended to be applied, I think. But you can still renew visas month after month after month. But this will be the third year here. So rightfully, I suppose they're asking what my intentions are. Obviously, they want foreigners here, the tourist money, but they do have their own rules and regulations.
Tapol de? Tapol? Di na nila.
Thanks, William.
Maligi apod sila.
Have a beer for me. I had a beer actually in, I didn't have a beer. I had a couple of drinks for the first time in over 12 months in Melbourne with my son. I had a few cans of Bunny and Coke, and by God, was that good. Yeah, marriage visa. We got married last December, and it takes 2 to 4 months, we were told, for the all to be entered on the government computers. So it should be on there now. To apply for that visa, you need various things. But 2 things we need straight away is the cinema for Jean and myself showing that we're married. So we'll be getting onto that this month. See what we need, get it together. So when I renew my visa next month, depending on what paperwork we need, while we're down there, I can lodge it and apply myself, or I might get a firm to do it. I don't know. No, Brian. To get a ballot buy-in visa, your wife has to be with you, travelling with you. If Jean, for example, had flown to Singapore and met me in Singapore, and then I came back with her, then I could have got a ballot buy-in visa. We did think about it, but the transit time I had in Singapore was that small. We decided against it, and we're going through the rigmarole after 30 days, 28 days, whatever it is, apply for an extension. You get that for 2 months now. You can't get it 6 months anymore. Depends how quick the visa application is. I'll maybe have to renew twice more and I'll be right for 12 months. Um, so hopefully all that will go smoothly. But with them tightening up on that holiday visa, tourist visa, it is making me a little nervous. Um, whereas if I get the spouse's visa, then I'm much more secure in what I'm doing. Yeah. So it's quite important. Yeah, that's how it's been for a few months now. I've had to go down there every 2 months. And yes, I know you can do it on the internet, but in practice you can't. It's never worked for me. The first time I tried it, I thought it was possibly because my Filipino ID had expired. So I renewed that, and then I tried a couple of times, and no, it won't let you do it. Although the questions in there, um, what are you doing in the Philippines? I'm still a tourist. I'm still sightseeing, etc., etc. But the internet wouldn't. The final page had never come up for me. So every 2 months, going down there. We usually link it with something else to do, like going to the market and buying things or whatever. Um, like slippers, jean sole slippers in the shop. After people up and out and are buying slippers they bought here, uh, we virtually run out of stock of them, so we need to buy more of them. But they're damn heavy. 5 different sizes of slipper, 20 pairs in a bag. Um, walking that for a jeepney. Yeah. But no doubt we'll have that to do again. So it's 5 past 5. I think I'll leave it there. I'll go and do a final video, and if you watch that, you'll see more of what the day's been like, and maybe make more sense of what we've been talking about. So thanks for all for watching, and I'll finish this video for today, get that up, and then I'll no doubt see you all through the week at some stage. Yes, I will, Brian, and you enjoy your evening as well. And anybody else who's watching, we've got, I think, 11 up there, 6 likes. I hear people going on about likes all the time. I don't know what to do. I think a like or a dislike is all the same. It's a reaction to the video. I don't know how the analytics and all that work. I've no interest in looking into such things. So as long as I'm enjoying doing it, I'll do it. And if I ever reach the stage where I'm not enjoying doing it, I won't do it. So, okay, we'll see you all again. Bye for now.